We have another fun show on tap for you today, but first, make sure you join the movement and subscribe to 76ers Now by Chat Sports as we bring you the latest Sixers news and rumors, NBA draft coverage, NBA free agency coverage, and when the playoffs get underway, we'll start doing watch parties here on the channel. So hit that big red sub button down below, and let's get the 6,000 subs to honor the great Julius Erving. And with that, let's talk some Sixers hoops. Welcome in to Philadelphia 76ers Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Hope all of you are having an awesome week. Tyrese Maxey absolutely balled out the other night at the Wells Fargo Center against the Miami Heat. The Sixers were without Joel Embiid. They were without James Harden. They started Paul Millsap, for God's sakes, and Tyrese Maxey went off. Shades of Allen Iverson. Is he the best young athlete in Philadelphia? I say yes to that latter question. Has some elements to his game to the first question, but let's talk Max Man right now. So Tyrese Maxey, is he the best young athlete in Philadelphia? You compare him with Jalen Hurts, maybe DeVonta Smith, but what he's doing right now and what he's done all year and the development that's taken place, really, really incredible. He just went off against the Miami Heat. No fear, the big step over three late in the game. Then he comes through with that block shot to really seal it and dot that exclamation point. Without Harden, without Embiid, drops 28 points, 9 of 15 shooting, 3 of 7 from downtown, and that one statement block. And after the game, man, he catered to the city of Philadelphia. Joel told me before the game to go get a dub. I told him I got him. Then later on he said, Philly is different. And that quote graphic was all over Twitter the other night because that caters to the city of Philadelphia and gets Philadelphians pumped up. I know, because, hey, I've been rooting on this team since I was a young bull. What I love about Maxey and why people are excited about him. One, he's Philly's young king. He stepped in for Ben Simmons and has taken more strides in year one, or from year one to year two, than Ben Simmons ever did. And three, he's everything that we thought Markelle Fultz was going to be. Maxey has confidence and swagger, absolutely no fear. The evolution and the growth to his game has been marvelous from his rookie campaign to his sophomore season. He has the wiggle, the explosion, and the fearlessness of Allen Iverson. He can get to the cup and finish around the hoop like the answer once did. And going into the playoffs, the Sixers have their star power, obviously, with the MVP candidate in Joel Embiid and James Harden, but Tyrese Maxey, in addition to Tobias Harris, going to be the Sixers' X factor and X factors going into the postseason in what is a straight-up loaded Eastern Conference. So is Maxey Philly's best young athlete? I really don't think you can go anything outside of Jalen Hurts, DeVonta Smith, and Tyrese Maxey, but with what Maxey is doing, the impact that he's made, how important he is to this team, I have to say, why for yes. If it's O for other, you let me know in the comment section right now. Now, I don't think you can deny that Tyrese Maxey has components to his game that reminds you of a young Allen Iverson. He's not afraid to take a big shot late. He hustles. He plays hard. He loves Philadelphia. He gets the crowd pumped up. So if you want to get an Allen Iverson jersey and then maybe a Tyrese Maxey jersey, we have an early 2000s throwback Mitchell and Ness jersey for you on sale, limited time only, thanks to our friends at Fanatics for just $91. Hit that link as soon as possible for that deal to apply. Otherwise, it might expire. I'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Latest on Bradley Beal now. So Bill Simmons had said a few weeks ago that the preference for Joel Embiid to get another co-star alongside him was Bradley Beal. Then the injury happened. Embiid still pushed for Beal, but then you had Daryl Morey's component of the camp that really wanted James Harden. And so far up to this point, it's been really exciting. Other times it's been somewhat confounding, but we're still early in the Harden-Embiid dynamic. But could a Bradley Beal trade still happen after this year? And Shams Charania talked about that and what happened leading up to the NBA trade deadline through The Athletic. And when Shams has it, you know it's real. Like Rick Ross says, Tap my name on a girl so I know it's real. The 76ers did their due diligence. I got bars. I grew up in Philly, come on. With the Wizards on Beal throughout the year, but many across the NBA say it was much more than that. Multiple sources said the 76ers worked during the season on a potential trade. Beal faced a decision on whether to force a trade out of Washington, and Philadelphia had prominent interest at the deadline if he was cleared to play with his wrist injury. The 76ers package would have been centered around Simmons and draft pick, sources said. And this is something that we talked about leading up to the NBA trade deadline. A lot of the haters were in the comment section saying, this will never happen. James Harden will never get traded for Ben Simmons. Let me ask you this question. First of all, is there still a chance that this can happen? Yes. Because if Harden leaves, that opens up money for Bradley Beal to sign a contract extension with the Philadelphia 76ers. But going back to my original point, if you traded for Bradley Beal and the package was centered around Ben Simmons and draft picks, you still have Seth Curry. You still have Andre Drummond, so we don't have to see the corpse of DeAndre Jordan any given night. I think their Sixers team, while Beal might not be as elite as James Harden, the team would be better, and they'd be better off because there'd be more depth. There'd be more shooting. There'd be more floor spacing. Seth Curry was working a dynamic two-man game with Joel Embiid, and the backup minutes behind Joel Embiid have been downright terrible. The corpse of DeAndre Jordan certainly ain't it, so I'd almost rather have Bradley Beal and that trade package that Shams had talked about as compared to James Harden, and you lose in the process Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and multiple first-round picks in the future. Now, certainly very interesting. We'll see what happens with James Harden. If it fizzles out, I think a Bradley Beal trade is still in play because Philly will have a lot of money at their disposal to pay him a contract extension. And if Joel Embiid wants to play with Bradley Beal and not James Harden, we know he has the ear of this front office. Pick a star between the two. We're talking about the beard and we're talking about Double B. Who you riding with? JH for James Harden, BB for Bradley Beal. Which player would you rather have on the Philadelphia 76ers? And make sure you give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Here at Chat Sports, I'm doing a bunch. Cover the NFL, cover the NBA, college football. I helped lead our NFL free agency coverage last week on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel as we went live for 5 days straight. Thousands and thousands of people joined us as the most watched NFL free agency coverage on YouTube. I'll help lead our NBA free agency and NBA draft coverage as well. So I bring the heat right here on the show, on this mic, but also on social media. So give me a follow at Chase_Senior. It's the same handle on both social media platforms. And make sure you subscribe to 76ers Now by Chat Sports. Closing in on 6,000 subs to honor the great Doc. So hit that red sub button, and we'll be back with more Sixers news and rumors videos later this week.